So we have this scene here. This is the base of the problem. I have some random objects here, and I have some imported geometry character, and it has some controls on it, joints. It's all broken, but it doesn't really matter. So if I open up the IPR, everything looks fine, broken as it should be. That's a mess, but oh well. And so the base of the problem is we have these pieces of geometry here, this plane into the subdivision iterations. If I turn this up, it will disappear if we turn up the value high enough. So we can go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. 6 seems to be the cutoff point for this piece of geometry, which is quite strange. It just causes it to disappear. And then if we go back down to 5, it will sometimes show up. And what's weird about this is that, so if I just click go up to 6, sometimes it disappears. Now it's up to 7. That's kind of weird. So yeah, this part's a bit unpredictable, but if we go up to 6 or 7, it breaks, it disappears, and if we get it show up again, now if I were to type in 6 or 7, let's do 7, and then I hit enter, it should render correctly. Yeah, there you go, it's still there. If I type in 6, hit enter on my keyboard, yep, shows up correctly. 5 shows up correctly. And again, if I just click in here without using my keyboard to type in numbers, then yeah, it's just going to disappear. And this is the same problem for these other bits of geometry in the sphere that disappears. If I go up here to this wall geometry, that disappears. Same problem. Cube, default cube disappears. Kind of weird. And so that's the base of the problem. And I've kind of narrowed the problem down to Cinema 4D tags. So here's a weight tag, and it's not the weight tag in particular. It's just kind of an array of them, of different Cinema 4D tags, and I'll get to that in a moment. But so at the moment, if I have or if I delete, get rid of all this extra crap, this character, he's gone. And now if I try to do this again, the problem is gone. These bits of geometry, they all render correctly, even with increased iterations for the subdivision. So yeah, this is all working fine. Yep, works fine. So something to do with geometry, or the tags on this geometry that I have brought in. So here's another scene. Boot up the IPR again. So at this point, there's no geometry, no character geometry. That is, all it is a rig with nulls, joints, controls, splines, and if you look here, I've deleted most of the other tags on this geometry, or not this geometry, this character, what's ever left of this character. So there's only IK tags and posemorph tags left, and for some reason these are the ones that seem to be breaking things as well, giving us the same displacement disappearance problem. And so you can see here, if I go down to the bottom, here's the plane again. I go up, and go disappears, go to the, oh, it's not showing up again. Yep, still unpredictable. So if we're gonna go down to the sphere, increase the value, disappears, comes back, 7, 6, 8, 9, and 8, oh, still gone, 7, 8, yep, kind of unpredictable. But you can still see that it's not just geometry that's breaking things, it seems to be tags. So if I actually go into here, select these tags, and delete them. So now we only have Arnold tags. Come back down here, even though we still have all these splines and joints and other nulls and control value or controls, the tags are all deleted from them. So if I go back here, whoops, bring that back, go back up here. Yep, this doesn't break anymore. Same for the other bits of geometry. If it reloads. Oh, no, it does. It did delete it. It did delete. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's causing this, but it does seem to be when you have either a lot of other objects in the scene, or I thought it was tags before, but now I'm not so sure. It's kind of, yeah, it's confusing. And if I toggle this, the render region, it also makes things disappear as well, if the values are high enough. And so what I'm thinking part of the problem is that if you have a, or if you make a change and the IPR is running, so if I were to set this to that, even though it's not going to break here, if I were to set that to some other value, which it shouldn't break, and then I toggle the render region, like half the time this object will disappear. So there's something going on with that if you toggle this really fast. So before the IPR has a chance to start actually displaying pixels, there seems to be an issue with that as well. So, but yeah, so for now, these seem to be rendering correctly. If I toggle that, it seems to be working okay. Yeah, but if I turn up the value high enough and then I toggle this quickly, it's going to disappear. So something's causing it to just say, no, I don't want to render. Yeah, working fine. Toggle this quickly. Nope, still there. High, super high value. Toggle this. Nope, still there. Okay, yeah, so I'm not really sure what's going on, but it's something to do with either tags or just a lot of other geometry in the scene, something like that. And it also doesn't matter if it's on Cat Clark or linear. The problem occurs the same for both. And so take that as you will, and that's it.